How's it going, everybody? My name is Landtraps, and I have a game of Domination on Hanoi for you guys. Alright, this game, I'm not going to talk a whole lot about the gameplay or anything. Like, it kind of speaks for itself, so I'm going to just let it play through. It might sound kind of selfish, but this game, I'm actually going to talk about, like, me. Like, what I'm into, like, what I like to do for fun, that type of stuff. So, I'm going to pretty much start it out. My name is Kyle. I'm 16, and I'm from Pennsylvania. Most of you guys know where that is. Like, it's on the east coast of the United States. For you guys that are in the UK, stuff like that. I have my driver's license. I have my own car. I'm in 11th grade, and I like to play video games, like do sports, listen to music, that type of stuff. I'm gonna quick touch on how I got into video games. Pretty much my first experience with video games was the Sega Dreamcast. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it was pretty much the first. Yeah, it was the first thing that I was like exposed to. Pretty much, it had like Sonic the Hedgehog on it. A game called Dead or Alive 2. It's like a little fighting game, and I was like pretty much mesmerized by the fact that with this little stupid plastic thing in my hand with buttons and sticks and stuff on it, I can control a thing on the TV. And I thought that was so cool. So I just got into that. I got pretty much addicted right away. Then a few years later, I got the Xbox original, the Xbox One, like the first Xbox, and that's when Call of Duty One came out and Halo One came out. That area, and I got into like the first person shooter scene a little bit then. But pretty much the biggest reason why I got into it and why I got started with all the first person shooters and everything like that was my uncle, he's from Maryland and he is big into computers. He loves all the technology stuff like that. And whenever he would come over, he would bring his computer, stuff like that. He would bring two games. He would bring Black Hawk Down or Ghost Recon, and we would system link four computers in my basement. It was me, my dad, my uncle, and like sometimes my friend would come over. We would do co-op missions. We would do a little bit of multiplayer, that type of stuff. But even though it was on computer, back then those graphics were like they were so good, and that it was just so much fun, like sneaking around like a ghost on these Black Hawk Down missions, Ghost Recon, that type of stuff, sniping people, stuff like that. And I just got addicted right away with that. So once the first person shooters came out with like the Xbox Call of Duty 1, I played that a lot. And then a few years later, I raised up enough money to get an Xbox 360. I got Call of Duty 4 for Christmas, that type of thing, and I got the ball rolling with that, and I just couldn't put it down. Excuse me, a little burp. But but pretty much yeah, like I would play a lot right when Call of Duty 4 came out. That's kind of right when I started. It almost was bad for me to play it so much, but it's just so much fun. You guys know what it feels like. You don't want to turn the Xbox off. You know it's like you feel like a bum just like in your basement, like playing Xbox for like 5 hours straight. But it's so much fun that you just want to keep going. It got to a point where I woke up. It was actually wow. It wasn't. Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 weeks before Christmas. I remember my dad, he got up early for something. I saw him get out of bed, and I didn't know for what. But I went down that morning to my TV downstairs, and I saw a note on it saying, "Kyle, I think the amount of Xbox that you are playing is unhealthy for you, and I don't want to see you like you lose your life in like a video game." And like he didn't like how much I was playing, so pretty much he put a family timer on my Xbox. If you guys don't know what that is, pretty much he went into the family control center of the Xbox, and there's an area called Family Timer, and where every day it limits you to a certain amount of time. and he chose that time to be 3 hours a day. So after 3 hours a day, the Xbox would literally shut off. So I still have that timer on. I still have to deal with it because my dad doesn't like me playing a whole lot. But like I still deal with it. But work through it. And a lot of people say, dude, how can you be so good or stuff like that? And I'm like, well, 3 hours a day when you think about it, that's a lot of time. Like I adjusted to it to the point where now I'm thinking, wow, 3 hours. It's like one, two, like three. Like let's all count. But like it's actually a lot of time when you think about it. So it's like it's pretty much like the normal amount of I think people should play. Like it's, but I do think on weekends stuff like that, I wish I didn't have a timer because Friday nights I wish I could have more time, but pretty much like he's his like, well, I don't want to take the timer off and stuff like that. Well, but Saturday night, Friday night, you just feel like playing a few hours. You should be able to, and I always feel like I have to like click the Xbox like button and see how much time I have left on it, and it kind of sucks, but I deal with it. But I'm gonna talk about sports and stuff I'm into. I dirt bike, I skateboard, I snowboard, and I ride snowmobiles. I dirt bike all summer long, spring, summer, fall, stuff like that. Um, yeah, that's what I'm doing all summer. The type of music I listen to mostly a mix of metal, alternative, and just all around rock. My favorite band is a band called Bullet for My Valentine. I've seen them in concert twice. I also like some techno stuff to like the stuff. I love that stuff. It's so like it gets you tapping your foot and like I know it gets you tapping your foot. You don't like some people say techno is gay, but you have to admit if you put like the Party Boy theme song on, you are gonna be tapping your foot. You're gonna want to be getting up and dancing, or you're gonna be, or you might just have an image of Chris Pontius in a thong, but a jockstrap. But I digress. But pretty much, yeah, like pretty much whenever I'm not playing video games, I'm either hanging out with friends, working. I actually I got my first job like last June, and I got it from my sister. I got a job at Dairy Queen. If you guys don't know me, like yeah, I work at Dairy Queen, and like I'm the fucking prince of Dairy Queen. If you guys know what I mean, and it sucks. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, Dairy Queen, ice cream." I'm like, "Really? Ice cream? Yeah." Like, I love it. I love it so much. Before I worked there, I loved it. Now that I work there, it's like when you make like 200 blizzards on a summer night, I'm telling you, you're gonna want to throw up too. It's nasty. Like, I don't know. It gets so old after a while that, like, and you have to, like, honestly, it's a hard job. You have to, like, mop the floors every single night. We close at 11 o'clock, and we've been there till 2 o'clock in the morning cleaning up the place. It gets pretty insane. So, yeah, like, things like that. Guys, the gameplay is pretty much winding up, but wanted to answer a few questions you guys had. Pretty much about Call of Duty, like what my KD is. Some of you guys were asking. My KD is 2.25 right now in Black Ops. It's 1.24 in Modern Warfare 2 for sniping and everything. Yeah, pretty much like what recorder I use. I use a Hapage HD PVR, and the game is pretty much done, guys. Thanks for watching. This has been a not a gun game. Wow, I just did a commentary on that. My bad. This has been a game of domination on Hanoi. Final score. Well, final score was 53-5. Thanks for watching. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Please leave a thumbs up. That'll help me out a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.